Now, down here in the kind of the third part of question 1, it says use the graph or table of values to answer the following question. So now I'm asking what is the pattern rule for this pattern? And we've already talked about that a few times. So this is where I would use my pattern rule statement for a growing pattern, especially one like this where we're adding by the same amount every time. That's called a linear pattern. And we're going to start at 3 and we're going to add 4 each time. So I called that a linear pattern. That's a good word to know. I'm just going to pop it up here. A linear pattern. The word linear looks like line. And if we go back to our graph, a linear pattern should show a straight line. If it's a shrinking pattern, it could be linear. It would just be going the other direction, getting smaller. But a growing pattern that is linear looks like a diagonal line, kind of shooting upward as you go out across terms. Well, what's my next question? What would the term value be for term 20? Well, now check this out. I'm going to go back to my table of values graph. I'm going to highlight my term column so that the computer can figure out this pattern. We're going up by ones. And I'm going to pull it down until I get to 20, or even more than 20 would be fine. So now I've pulled it down to get to 24. Now let's do the same thing to my term value column. Great. Term 20 is 79. So I'm going to go back to my question. And I'll just put 79 as my answer. What would be the term value for 50? Hey, no problem. Let me bring this all the way down to 50. Perfect. In here, I don't need to highlight all of it. I just need to highlight enough of that pattern so that the computer is like, oh yeah, I remember we're going up by 4s. And then I'm going to bring it down to here. You see I've got it grabbed because you can see the dotted lines around my cells. And there it is. Term 50 would be 199. Isn't that a quick and easy way to extend your pattern to an unknown term? What if I wanted to graph it now up to term 50? What would that look like? I'm going to highlight the whole thing. I'm going to click Insert Chart. And you'll notice the line looks very similar. But now we're going up by 10s across the term all the way to 50. And you can see the term value is going up by a higher interval as well. So we get up to all the way to 200. You can use Google Sheets to help you organize a pattern and predict future values. Okay, it works really well for these adding and subtracting patterns.